When the sun goes to sleep and the moon says hi. When the day is done and the night is nigh. The stars like to listen to a special friend. It's bedtime stories with Uncle Glenn.
Hi everybody! Welcome to Bedtime Stories with Uncle Glenn. What's my story time book doing right there? Mr. Monster, are you starting story time without me? We can't do that. This is Bedtime Stories with Uncle Glenn and Mr. Monster. Are you ready for your bedtime story? I know I am. I've got my fuzzy slippers on, I've got my pajamas on, and my house coat. And Mr. Monster, who tried to start without me. But most importantly, we've got our story time book. But before we start our story, we have to get in a good mood. And you know what getting in a good mood has to do. A good mood begins with our happy thinking thought. What could our happy thinking thought be today? I know. Let's think of our favorite animal. Okay, I know, I've got mine. Do you have yours? Good. Let's close our eyes, put a big smile on our face, and think of our favorite animal. I know that put me in a good mood. How about you? Okay, let's open up our story time book and find out what our story is for today. Our story for today is called Bully Bear. Over here, yelled Bucky Beaver. I'm free, added Sunshine Monster. Bully Bear looked around for an opening and threw the football straight to Whitey Wolf, who was the most open to get the touchdown. The throw was perfect, and Whitey caught it easily. He then ran as fast as he could. Touchdown! They all cheered as Whitey passed the white line. That was a great catch, said Sunshine. Well, the throw was perfect, replied Whitey. Good job, Bully. We all make a great team, Bully said, even if we are just pretend football stars. The friends all laughed and agreed to break for a drink. Hey, Bully, asked Sunshine, where did you learn to throw like that? I don't know, said Bully. I guess I've just been throwing for a long time. But footballs weren't all you used to throw, added Whitey. Whitey meant for it to be a joke, but Bully suddenly stopped smiling, and he looked down. Bucky Beaver glared at Whitey. Whitey quickly said, sorry. Bully mumbled something that sounded like, it's okay. Sunshine was confused. What's up, he asked, looking at his friends. Just leave it alone, Bucky whispered. Leave what alone, Sunshine asked, now more confused than ever. There was a long pause, and then Bully spoke. It's okay, guys, he said. We can tell him. After all, he is our new friend. Tell me what, Sunshine asked. Well, Bully replied, have you ever wondered how I got the nickname Bully? Sunshine paused. He had never really thought about it before, but Bully was usually a nickname you gave to someone who was mean to others on purpose. But Bully Bear wasn't like that at all. Sure, he got into trouble for acting up in class, but he was never mean to someone on purpose. In fact, Bully was a really good friend. No, I never really thought about it, Sunshine said, but now I'm curious. Why do they call you Bully? Bully Bear sighed and started to tell his story. It was a couple of years ago, before you came to Woodsville School. You see, my mom and dad were arguing a lot, and I thought they were going to get a divorce. I was very upset for a long time and thought it was my fault that they were arguing. And after a while, I started to pick on others at school. Like me, Whitey Wolf added. Really? You two are such good friends, Sunshine exclaimed. He was shocked. Let's just say I was scared of Bully for a long time, Whitey said. Shh, Bucky said. Let Bully tell the story. Sorry, Whitey and Sunshine said together, and Bully continued talking. It wasn't long before I was doing mean things to everyone on purpose. I used to take things like lunch money or toys. I would even run after Whitey every recess and take his favorite ball and throw it onto the roof. It felt good to make others just as upset as I felt inside. And everyone started to call me Bully. And I liked it. At least I thought I did. Wow, said Sunshine. That doesn't sound like you at all. What happened? One day after school, I went home and my parents were arguing again. I ran back to the school and went up to hide in the treehouse. Only, when I got there, I found Whitey was already in there. He was hiding from me. I was really scared. I thought I was a goner until I saw Bully was crying, said Whitey. Instead of running away, explained Bully, Whitey asked me why I was crying. When I didn't say anything, Whitey asked if he could help. I was so shocked that he wanted to help me after all I had done to him, I started to cry even more. Then I told him all about my parents. What happened then? Sunshine asked anxiously. Bully looked at Whitey, who continued the tale. I told Bully about my parents. They had gotten a divorce a year earlier, and I knew what he was going through. And I told him that it wasn't his fault that his parents were arguing, and that even if they did end up splitting up, they would still love him forever. Wow, said Sunshine. And that's when I stopped being mean and started being nicer to everyone. I swore not to be mean again, Bully said. Sunshine was confused again. How did that help, he asked. Well, you see, said Bully, I realized that making others feel bad didn't make me feel better. Whitey helped me see that talking through my problems with others can make me feel better. He also helped me see that I wasn't the only one in the world who had been through what I was going through. It really felt like I was the only one in the world who had ever gone through it. Treating people nicely and having good friends makes everything better, added Bucky with a smile. Wow, said Sunshine. Now I understand. But why did you keep the nickname Bully? Because it sounds better than my real name, Bert, Bully said with a laugh. Everyone laughed with him. They also agreed that if they ever have a problem, they would talk to each other. We'll call ourselves the Monster Friends, said Sunshine. But we're not monsters, Sunshine. Only you are, said Bucky, puzzled. I know, said Sunshine, but together there is no monster of a problem that we can't solve. And as long as we're friends, we can get through anything. I've always wanted to be a monster, Whitey said. We like you just the way you are, said Sunshine. Bully raised his glass into the air. To the Monster Friends, he said. To the Monster Friends, everyone replied. And from that moment on, they knew that they would be friends forever. The end. Wasn't that a great story? And it's a good story about being a bully and how sometimes bullies really aren't bullies just because they want to be, but it could be because some other things are happening in their lives that make them a bully. And we all have to think about what they might be going through as well. And maybe sometimes offering to help can really help the whole situation. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I did. Now our story is all done. Hope that you had lots of fun. Thanks for visiting Uncle Glenn. I hope that you will come again. Now it's time to go to sleep. Close your eyes, don't make a peep. Good night.